Hi there, you guys. My name is Dasia Denham, and I am a history major. My academic areas of interest would be history, psychology. I really like cultural, like looking at cultural aspects in history, and like cultural anthropology, stuff like that. Anything where it's the study of like people interaction with each other, basically, and like even in a historical context, of course. Any outside hobbies? My outside hobbies, I would say, I really like to do art, like different expressions of art. So y'all can't see I got hair color. I love to paint. Painting. I don't draw as much as I used to. I paint a lot more now. I do henna. If y'all don't know what that is, like just Google the word henna, and you probably will know. Um, So for media wise, so I would say my favorite book is Copper Sun by Sharon M. Draper. If y'all haven't read it, you know what I'm saying, you should read it because it's great. I read it in middle school. It is still my favorite book. Magazines, I don't really look at magazines. Uh, yeah, I don't really look at magazines much unless I'm doing like research. News sources, I get them from different outlets. I guess, like I said, because I'm a history major, so I have sometimes where I'm supposed to like keep up with that, but like just on a regular like class wise, I do more like the research myself. Like if I hear about something, you know what I'm saying, I got to look it up and see where the source is coming from. But I would say yeah, sometimes I get it from social media, but of course you got to fact check social media. Um, yeah, basically I just usually get it from like through my phone. Sometimes I watch the news, but not really. Okay, film. I would say my favorite films are, we're gonna say right now, these are my favorite films like that haven't changed in years. So I would say Spirited Away, Resident Evil franchise, the Harry Potter franchise, the 13th Year, that mermaid movie, and of course Shark Boy and Lava Girl. How can you not love that? Television series. I guess what television series have I liked? I haven't really watched a whole lot of new television series. I'm more into movies. But I guess I've watched The Blacklist. It was pretty good. The Walking Dead was good. Keyword was, I'm saying at the end there, started dragging. Um, Charmed. I don't know if y'all know, not that new show on Netflix, like the old Charmed. I love that show, except for that first sister that changed off. Thank goodness they took her off. But okay. Anyway, let's move on. So websites. What websites do I get on? I guess I get on Facebook occasionally, every once in a while. I usually use Facebook and Snapchat to like keep in contact with Facebook, Snapchat, and Instagram to like keep in contact with people like I don't see on a regular basis. So we just like I usually talk to people through that. I ain't gonna lie, I usually just send memes back and forth because I don't really care about like it ain't social media ain't all that to me. Um yeah, games. I play a lot of games on my phone if I'm bored. I tend to play. Right now, I'm playing this weird game called Granny Legend, and my light went out, and it's back. There we go. I'm playing this weird game called Granny Legend. I know it's I don't know, it's weird, but it's so fun to play. I play solitaire on my phone. Um, that's that's about basically it. And then, how many hours a day would you say you spend on media? Well, I guess since I am a history major, so in like my classes, we all we like I tend to do is like read books or read historical articles or go through historical magazines. So I guess I do go through magazines occasionally, but not like the magazines y'all would think of. Okay. Yeah, so class wise, I use a lot of media, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Historical, because that's how we keep track of records. And then, like I said, I do use social media occasionally. So I would say how many hours a day? Probably like 8 to 10 hours. Just because at night I always watch TV before I go to sleep. Like after a long day, I go home and I watch TV before I go to sleep. I'm just letting y'all know. Anything else? I don't think so. This is interesting. This is an interesting thing here. All right, you guys. Nice to meet y'all.